Hello there, my name's Anita Parkhill and I'm a wildlife artist based in Ludlow. I sell my artwork most days of the week on the Ludlow market. Today what I'm going to talk to you about is a collection called My Out of Place. There are 5 pieces in the collection altogether. This is 3 of them, 3 originals that are left, the other 2 were sold. What we have here is 3 pieces. We have Through the Castle Gates, because we have a famous castle in our town. Rest at the Feathers, one of the oldest buildings in the town. And we have Market Street, probably more traditional. A lot of the streets in Ludlow are very much like this, where you go down these lovely lanes. So what I wanted to talk to you about is how I came upon this idea to do this collection. Well, it happened that one day on my stand I was talking to a lady, and because I sell a lot of wildlife art and I had a lot of stags there, and she said, did you know that the stags used to come into Ludlow on a regular basis at night? Well, it got me thinking, and we got talking a bit more, and she used to say they used to come down the streets and you could hear them hit the cobbles down some of the streets, and they'd come in their little packs and they'd come over from Mortimer Forest. Well, this got me really fascinated, and I thought, oh, what could I do with this to create a collection? And I thought, well, it's obviously nighttime and I like painting nighttime. If I'm going to do any buildings, I much prefer to do nighttime to day. I think there's just something really wonderful about night, the way the lights light up buildings, the way it feels empty and sort of like very atmospheric. And I kept on thinking about these stags. Well, obviously I'd gone out a lot around the Shropshire area, and I'd photographed lots of fallow stags, and I'd go to the forest and I'd take pictures of the fallows, and I thought, well, you know, I've got these pictures, these are the same deer, or some of the same deer that actually come into Ludlow, so I would photograph the stags. So these didn't actually occur. It's quite hard to actually spot them. You can hear them. I've spoken to a number of people just recently about Christmas time, saying, oh, they came past my house about 2 o'clock in the morning. So they're still coming into town now when it's quiet. So yeah, so I had this idea. I wanted to do something about the town, but I wanted to bring my wildlife into it. So there I had it. I had the fallow coming into town, and I had these beautiful buildings, and I loved painting at night time. So I started to put it together and think about which were the best places. I've done 5 in the collection, like I said before. First 2 was down Church Lane and the visit to St Lawrence. So they were the 2 that went. The 3 that are here is Through the Castle Gates to our beautiful old ruined castle that's in the middle of town. Then the next one I did after that was Market Street, because there's lots of these streets in Ludlow. Most of them are cobbled, some aren't, but this was a beautiful lane that went through, and I imagined it looking in the window. And there used to be a picture of a stag's head, or a model of a stag's head, always in that window, and I thought, oh, imagine the stag looking in and having the reflection back, and you've got all this detail. So I thought, oh yeah, that would be a good one to do. And then obviously I couldn't ignore the fact that we have one of the oldest, beautifulest detailed buildings in Ludlow itself, the Feathers Hotel, which has just been refurbished inside and open, ready to trade. And I thought, and I took pictures of the scene. And also, you want to wait until night time to do this, because there are a lot of cars, and I didn't want the modern cars in the paintings. I wanted it to be about the buildings and the stags and them exploring. So this one's called Rest at the Feathers, because I sort of like kept on thinking about all the characters of my stags and how they would be, like a gift in Market Street, gift. And then obviously Through the Castle Gates, and they just sort of like developed over time. There is one more still to be done, because the collection's of 6. The last one, you'll know it when I painted it. I don't tend to release that until it's nearer the time, and that one will be done for next year. These particular paintings were done in acrylic. I work acrylic and oils. Not really mixed media. I don't know quite why I make the decision to do some paintings in acrylics and some paintings in oils, but these ones were done in acrylic. Took quite a long time to do, because I've got to place the stags into the painting. I've got to imagine what the lighting is. I didn't put the lights on in all the buildings because I wanted the feathers to stand out more. I also wanted to think about reflection and that. So, you know, there's quite a lot of thought. It's not just to take a picture, oh, these lights are all on and paint it as you see it. That, you know, I had to think about what the light was like on the stags. I had to decide, well, actually, which building did I want the light on and which buildings didn't I, and which was more important. Like the nighttime scene here, where they light up the castle at night, I thought, oh, that's really nice, I like that. And that took a long time to get that picture, simply because it doesn't occur all the time. And then I kept on thinking, well, it's walking into the castle. So I quite like that. And I wanted the young one looking back, you know, the older one going in, and the other one looking back going, who are you? And these ones as a group just sort of like wandering up and heading towards the feathers, sort of like, oh yeah, let's rest at the feathers. So this is how the collection came about, and I suppose that's it really. That's all I can tell you at the moment as far as this collection is concerned. There will be other collections I will mention. I will talk about my journeys up and down the country, photographing for my actual wildlife, for other paintings I've done. But that's my out of place collection. Thank you.